My name's John Hunter, run Cuestars, which is competitions in the south of England. I've also created the Cuestars Academy, and that's training for our players, which I'd share with everybody through the YouTube channel and through the Cuestars Academy, which is like a website that works like an app on the phone. Now, what I wanted to look at today is clearing the colours. Now, there is a routine I've created called the 105, which I think is a really good sort of like challenge to try and do to clear the colours, and there'll be a link to that after this video for you to watch if you want to. Now, when it comes to clearing the colours, it's a great piece of training to do, because you very quickly find you've got all these little shots that you have to try and master and learn. Now, when I'm clearing the colours and I'm coming up for the yellow, there's lots and lots of different places I'm going to fall, and I really want to sort of, if you like, be comfortable in all those places. So I'm probably the perfect position to finish maybe would be a 3/4 ball three-quarter ball or off straight yellow. If it's off straight, you can screw up this line for the green. And if it's 3/4, it's quite easy to punch off that cushion with practice, with training, and get to the green. So I'll just show you those two shots to begin with. I'm going to use the reds here, and I recommend you do that so you don't keep going around trying to get the yellow out of the pocket. So the first shot then is 3/4, punching off for the green. What I'm careful here is to not hit low on the cue ball, because if I hit low on the cue ball, I come too far away from the green. So, and again, when you're under pressure, I can promise you, to play in your league games or local competitions, if you're nearer the bottom of the ball, you're hitting less of the cue ball. So if you're a bit tight, which everybody, we should be really when the pressure's on, should feel a little bit different. It's a good in your training to make sure that you're hitting around the center of the cue ball. So I'm just looking down. I know you can't see this, but I'm just slightly below center, and then punching off there, and you see I'm bringing that down a good line. Okay, so, and that's not too bad for the green. So I'm just going to use reds here to save time, and I recommend you would do that as well, because it's nice. You can play, you could just keep repeating that shot until you get the hang of it. Now, the next one, as I said, is just off straight, and with this angle, it lends itself to be able to screw up down this line. So again, it's just trying to hit it nice. It's not the ideal shot, this, because you can see with the right hand I'm stretching a little bit. You can see there I've over screwed that a little bit. So, and it is I think a little bit harder shot. I don't mind landing on it, but it is something that could go wrong. Now, if you're straight on it, it's worth practicing this shot, because again, if you're a right-hander, you're going to be playing this shot with the rest. So again, get the reds out and just get good at judging this screw shot. Again, that's not too bad. Just pulled it back a little bit too far. And then the other shot you can fall on, which is quite common, is this one where you've left yourself about 3/4 ball on the yellow, and you're now going to have to use the bottom cushion. And again, with this shot, it's a good shot to practice with the rest. So again, it's a good idea to do your 15, maybe do 15 shots. So just striking just above centre, not too high on the cue ball, just above centre. Oh, that was good. I hit that well. Let's do that again. Now, this hitting just above centre is something I'm learning, because I always hit the cue ball. I've always thought of top spinners hitting the cue ball at 12 o'clock. If you imagine the cue ball's a clock face. But I've realised that, again, that's something which is all right in practice, but when you're hitting up there and you're a bit, again, maybe not relaxed, not quite, your cue action's not quite right, it's very easy not to hit that right. Whereas if you're hitting just above centre, all you've got to do really is to say, is just stay sort of reasonably loose through the ball. Okay, that's better. Should come up enough. Okay, so those are the shots. I mean, there are other variations, of course, but in general, they're the ones which you tend to land on the most. So that's the yellow ball. Now let's have a look at the green. Now with the green, again, I'm just going to bring over my reds so that I'm not costing me time. Now the ideal position, I think, for the green is that you've got that 3/4 ball yellow, right, where you've middle ball punched it, got nice and close to the green, and you've just got this little off straight angle. Again, I think the camera will probably show that better than the shots on the yellow. Now, why is that so good is you can just pull this cue ball back a little bit. If your cue ball's close as well, it helps you control it. And we want to leave a 3/4 to an off straight brown. This next shot. So again, nice and low on the cue ball. Just pulled that back a little bit too far. Yeah, so I wouldn't be happy with that, if I'm honest. And again, because I'm now trying to screw this side of the blue, and I'm sort of screwing towards that centre pocket. So let's just try that again, so we can make a better job of it. So again, that lovely little off straight angle. And just, okay, I think that's better. Yeah, not really, but okay, so I just want to pull that back a little bit less, but we'll be looking at the brown in a moment. Now, if the angle's a little bit greater, again, it's not a problem. Similar to the shot on the yellow, I can punch it across. Again, I don't want to get too low on the cue ball. I don't want to go out over here. I want to sort of stay close to the brown if I can. So this one's quite a nice little shot actually. So it's about 3/4. This little punch off the cushion. And again, having fun here, aren't I? I've under-hit that. So let's try that one more time. This time, just try and bring it out a little bit further. So again, 3/4 ball. And again, I'm using the red instead of the green just to save time. Okay, it's a little bit better, but I could get my cue ball close. You can see there I was a little bit low on the white. So for that reason, I've gone away from the brown. And this is why we practice. This is why you practice these shots first, and then I think try and clear the colours once you're starting to get the cue ball in the right place. Okay, that looks better. That's perfect. So that gives me that lovely angle on the brown. So what I'll do is I'll leave that cue ball there. I'll come over here now. Right, so just a little bit thinner than I would like, but it's nothing wrong with that angle. It is 3/4. But the reason I would like it a little bit straighter, it allows me to punch the ball. Again, it allows me to stay near the middle of the ball, punch the ball. And what I would definitely recommend, and there's few professionals I know that would screw up there for the blue, they'd be using this cushion coming towards the blue. So again, the nice thing about this shot is I'm near the centre of the ball again. It's just a little gentle punch through there. Probably a little bit more punch would have been better. Now again, having this little gaggle of reds by me is perfect because it means I haven't got to waste any time. So I'm going to leave what I call my preferred angle there. And it's actually between off straight and 3/4 ball. And when I talk in terms of the 3/4 ball, I do explain the potting angles in another video. But you're thinking in terms of like an eclipse. So my cue ball, when it hits the object ball, in this case a brown ball, it's covering 3/4 of the brown ball. I hope that makes sense. So this time it's covering a little bit more than that. So the angle's a little bit straighter. And what it allows me to do is to play this shot, I think, with more authority. Like that. So I promise you, just under pressure, that feels better. Now again, there are variations that you're going to find. You could be straight on that, in which case you've got to pull it off the cushion. And I wouldn't recommend practicing that, to be honest. I mean, practice screwing back by all means, but don't practice straight screw shots because your white's coming straight back at your tip, so you're likely to sort of back away from the shot. So I wouldn't practice that shot. But just practice screwing back, and then when you have to play that shot, you've got the skills to do it. If you're above the brown, then we're back using the rest again, which is, I promise, is not ideal. Now, just bring these reds out of the way a little bit, just so we can show you, again, some options. So I'm about, yeah, that's about up. I'm about 3/4 ball on this shot. And if I'm 3/4 ball, I'll be looking to bring this round 2 cushions. Again, it allows me to be around the centre of the ball, and don't think that centre of the ball is always a plain ball shot. If you punch the ball, oh, that's not very good. If you hit the middle of the ball and you punch through it, instead of floating through, as you would do for a plain ball shot, then you get this other shot, which is so good in snooker. I promise you, it's a really nice shot to have to play when you're under pressure. So it's just like a punch through the ball, a bit like you would play if you were playing a screw shot or a stun shot. Okay, I've gone a bit deep into the cushion there, but you can see the line that I can find towards the blue. And if it's half ball, again, that's not nice in my view. It's a tricky one, because the natural path is sort of taking it towards this pocket. So again, you're trying to put a little bit of punch on the shot. So you're on the middle of the ball again, but you're just trying to put just a little gentle punch this time. And you can see, so hard to hit that right. And my cue speed wasn't right as I hit that. I'll just have one more go, see if I can make a better job of it. So it's a shot again, when you're in flow, you're all right with it, but when you're a bit cold, yeah, overcut it. You can see I'm having to create the line with a little bit of punch, otherwise I'm right over this pocket. So not a good place to finish. Right, now, the good news is, if you reach the blue and the pink and black are on the spots, then life becomes a lot easier, and that's why I recommend using the 105 to learn to clear the colours to begin with, because you do things backwards. You learn to pot the pink and black, then the blue, pink and black, and you work your way to the harder stuff. So ideally, we've potted this brown, we've come off this cushion, and we've landed in this area. Now, if we're 3/4, I think you can back yourself, as long as your cue ball's close, well, as long as you get your hand on the table, you can back yourself just to drop that in very softly and stay on the pink. And the good news about this 3/4 is you do get close to the pink. In terms of the next shot you play, you've got your hand on the table and you're close enough. So if you're straight on that pink, you can then roll it in. I promise you, it's a lot worse. It's a lot more scary if you're here. So so that 3/4 ball's all right. Again, I'm using the reds to save time. Now, if I'm too straight, so I'm off straight, and off straight meaning that just a small part of the object ball is showing after being eclipsed by the cue ball, then you've got a decision to make here. If you top it in off the cushion, you're going to land on a low pink, which is no good. If you roll it in, you're going to be over here, so you've got, again, a bit of a smelly pink. Or you can learn this shot, which is a little middle ball punch again, and you can bring your white a bit closer, like that. But I would definitely recommend that you really train that so that you're really certain of it, because as you see there, I've landed a little bit short on that, but being a right-hander, that's not too bad. But what you can do with that little punchy shot is you can kick your white in this direction and get it closer to the pink. So it's a case, it's risk and reward. Do you want to take a little bit more of a risky shot to get closer to the pink? And that's a decision you make. Or you've got good memories of potting pinks with your cue ball sort of this distance away. Maybe you're not that pink in every time, in which case you wouldn't need to consider that little punch shot. Now, the shot I was starting to play quite badly a few months back, until I, did my 15 reds and sort of sorted it out, is when you're thinner on the blue and you don't have the option to roll it in. You could roll it and leave a pot in the middle, but you'll see that most of the pros will, with this sort of half ball pot on the blue, they will stun it and come off the top cushion. The only problem with that is if you don't put a tiny little bit of side on it, and in this case it would be a tiny little bit of right hand side, there's a big danger your white's going to come over here and get near this cushion, and you'll be having that horrible pink again. So this shot's, again, a really good one just to practice. I'm literally just favouring right at centre. And again, I'm on the middle of the ball. It's a little punch, just overhit that a bit. But you can see the line's good, but I've just given it a bit too much welly. Let's just try that again, see if I can get it right this time. So again, when we talk about half ball, the eclipse is half of the cue ball is covering the red ball. And also, the nice thing about half ball is your aiming point's really clear. It's middle of cue ball to edge of object ball. So again, I'm just favouring right at centre, but I say just favouring, it's not actually going to push the ball offline. Oh, I just grazed the pink there, and that's the danger of that shot. That's where you got to practice it. I mean, the outcome was okay, but I have to say I was a little bit lucky with that. Right, and then we go to the pink. Now, when it comes to practicing the pink to black, I wouldn't practice that. You know, you've got to back yourself to knock that in. So I think you'd be sort of wasting your training time if you're practicing that. But I think the shots to practice here, just to get confident with on this, would be anything where you're this side of you're in the bottom half of the table. So it's a good idea just to set the cue ball up. Again, just mix the shots up, look at what the best options are, so that when you do finish the wrong side of the blue, and you haven't got the angle to get round the table and easily back to the pink, then you want to sort of be practicing these shots to sort of get an understanding of what the right shot is for you at a certain point. So to give you an example, if I was here, I would be looking to bring that white ball around the corner of the table, because I'm a little bit too thin on the pink. I'm about almost half ball on the pink. So I'm just going to use the corner of the table. And again, just to help that go around the corner, I'm just going to favour a little bit the left-hand side, not much. I'm never going to get great on that, I don't think. I can't get out here, it's just not possible. So I've always got a little bit of a smelly black to finish with. Now, if I'm falling this way a little bit, and again, you should be practicing shots where you can get your hand on the table, because you should back yourself to judge the weight of that cue ball, so you're not running onto this cushion. So again, here, I'm a little bit straighter now on this, and I can get my hand on the table. So what I'm going to do now is just play off one cushion. So it's a little middle ball punch. So let's try that again. You know, you don't want this. You're under pressure. And again, I see I've hit across that. And this is why you practice this, just so that you're ready for when you're in this situation. You sort of can approach the shot with confidence. That's not to say you're always going to get it, but I promise you, if you're training it, at least you know the strike. Okay, so that's not too bad. Okay, so that's two options. If you're really thin, no, I don't. You tell I'm making just, you know, I haven't planned this colours clearance talk through. I'm just, you know, I've just thrown myself into things and just shared my thinking with you. Again, I wouldn't be practicing up there, because all of training is all about practicing situations that commonly come up. You know, as good as anybody is, there aren't enough hours in a day to practice every single thing that might happen in a game of snooker. So what you've got to do is you've got to work out which things or which situations arise most. Now, in terms of the black, well, let's be honest, if we get decent on the pink, we should be getting good on the black. We should be able to get a hand on the table. That said, if you want to torture yourself a little bit on the black, so a good little routine I've got is called, I think that again there's a video on this, and what you can do is just put the 6 reds sort of around and then just replace the cue ball each time, and then you could practice potting these blacks with your cue ball just off the cushion. So these are what I call smelly shots. Actually I remember now, I call them bottle blacks. So again, you could just practice these blacks. Again, use your red so you're not wasting time. I mean, you could put the 6 colours up there and I mean, actually, I've just thought of a routine, haven't I? Put 6 colours on, and I suppose the yellow, you give yourself 2 points if you put the red off the black spot, and then you go up and you've got this horrible like black to finish with. So that would definitely be a worthwhile practice, because I promise you there's going to be times you're faced with this. So what's the harm in practicing it and training it again, so that when you're in that situation, you're armed with a little bit of confidence. Right then, so what I'm going to just finish with now is to try and show you the colours clearance, and well, hopefully, I'm not sure about this, but hopefully in the right way as well. So let's put the colours on their spots, so you can see all this joined together. That's the plan. There might have to be a cutout now, to be honest, because I'm building up my excuses. I've got a new tip that I put on my cue today, and I'm just learning. It's as I said, we've just got together. We've got to get used to each other, haven't you? Right. So I'm going to play the 3/4 ball, middle ball punch. Try and get close to the green. How's that looking? A little bit shy of pace, but you'll see the other shot I spoke about. So this is a 3/4. So just middle ball, just soft this time. And say just now, have I got that soft enough? Oh, I nearly got my perfect position there, but I have still got enough angle just to punch this out. I'm a little bit high, a little bit straight on this brown I would like, but I can play the shot I like. There you go. And that's pretty good, because now I've got that smelly shot I spoke about. So it's a little bit thinner than half ball, but the shot's the same. I'm just going to play it with just a trace aside. Well, didn't hit that good at all. That was a real pushy stroke. Right, so this has gone completely wrong. But what I have got here is a lovely natural angle on this pink. So if I clip this in the middle, I'm coming around the back of the black. Too thin. Right, I have to start that again. Oh, bless you. Right, so then, right, so this is take 2. So I've left that nice little 3/4 ball, middle ball punch to get across for the green. So I want to get nice and close to the green. I want to leave a little off straight green if I can. Okay, that seems to be pretty good. I like the look of that. So there we go. I've got me off straight green. So far so good. Nice close to the green. So just pull this back a little bit. Oh, that tip is new and it grips the cue. It's too spinny. Okay, right. I've got a little bit of shot here that I haven't practiced, so I've got to try and top this round, and I've got to try and push out this angle a little bit. So I'm just above centre, and I'm just using a tiny little bit of running side. I just want to sort of float that, try to create the angle. Well, I'm really happy with that. There you go. Sorry guys, but I know I didn't go through that shot, but as I said, if you learn, so I've got just I'm hitting about 1/3 of this blue, and again I'm just favouring the right hand side. Now it's just about dodging the piece. That's not too bad, a little bit high on it. So I've got a decision to make. Do I just roll it in gently? I think I do. Use the black to cover the pocket. So it's just about half ball, middle ball, just plain ball, and just try and judge the weight. You can see here I'm using that black to cover the pocket. Yeah, I did, only just. And then I'm nice and close to the black, so hopefully we should be all right here. So just a little soft stun and finish with. Okay, well that wasn't quite the colours clearance I was looking for, but it's a cool shot on the brown. That's what you'll get. You'll lose the cue with it, and then you'll have to improvise. And what happens is, the better you get at all the basic stuff, then the more better prepared you are for just doing something a little bit unorthodox, something a little bit out of the norm. So so anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not really sure how that's come out, but hopefully that's given you an insight into my thinking of how to clear the colours and how to train and how to practice the colours clearance. But feel free to you know, put in the comments box if there's anything else you feel I've missed or, you know, didn't explain very well. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, because I'm crazily putting up lots and lots of videos, which, as I said, I'm sharing with our players, you know, to help them with their training, but also that's available to you if you're not a Cuestars member or a member of the Cuestars Academy. And the other thing is, give it a thumbs up. That helps it get pushed out to more snooker people. And I'll see you in another one of these videos very soon. Take care. Bye.